In this session, we are discussing Python dictionary. So what is a Python dictionary and how to define that one? What are the different methods we can apply on this Python dictionary? We'll be discussing that one into details. In Python, dictionary is an unordered collection of items, while other compound data types have only value as an element. A dictionary has a key value pair. So that is a very important one. So we had a discussion on list, we had a discussion on tuple, we had a discussion on set. There you saw that we are having multiple different elements are there. They may be or may not be of the same or different data types. But here we are finding this dictionary is quite different from those data types, because here in case of dictionary we are having the key value pair. Dictionaries are optimized to retrieve values when the key is known. So if we know the key, if we pass the key as argument, we can retrieve the respective value against the key which has been stored, pre-stored onto the dictionary object. So here we have considered one, there is a myDict1. So there is a variable which is containing 1:read. So what is 1? That is a key. What is a value? That is a read. Is read is a string? Yes. So it should be enclosed within single quotes. And here this key value pair must be separated by this colon. Then comma. So we are having the second member, we are having the third member, and so on. And each and every member is nothing but key value pair. So we are having this myDict2. So here we are having this name, Tridip. So there is a one member here. So comma age colon 35, address colon Kolkata. In this way the things have got represented. So here we are having the different methods which you can carry out on a dictionary. So the first one is the clear. Remove all items from the dictionary. Copy, return a shallow copy of the dictionary. Then form keys. So sequence, within third bracket we are putting this comma v. So return a new dictionary with keys from the sequence and the value equal to v, default to none here. So in this way you are also having the get key. Within the third bracket we are having d here. So return the value of key. If the key does not exit, then return d, and defaults is to none. So in this way we are getting this one. So just consider this one as exist. So now this is my items. So return a new view of the dictionary's items, that is the key and value. So these are the different methods are there, and the respective descriptions we have given. You can go through them, because actually we are having a plan to show you all these methods which are very much useful in our Python programming in a live demonstration there. So let us go for the demonstration for the better understanding that how these methods can be used on our dictionary objects and what are the results we are getting. So here is the demonstration for you.
Python dictionary is an unordered collection of items, and while other compound data types have only the value as an element, but in case of dictionary we will be having our key value pair, and dictionaries are optimized to retrieve values when the key is known to us. So let us go for one creation of a dictionary here. So new dict is equal to 1:hello. So here 1 is the key and hello is the value, and you see colon is the respective separator between the key and value. So this key and value pairs will be separated by this comma, and the whole thing must be enclosed within curly braces as if it is a set. In case of set also we had all the set elements are to be enclosed within curly braces, but here in case of set we only have the elements there, members there, but here in the case of dictionary we will be having our key value pair. So print new dict. So now let me go for the execution. You can find that we're just printing this particular dictionary, and then print new dict. So this outcome has come. Print new dict1. So we are given 1 means the key value. So here we are having this key. So the respective value will be hello. So hello has got printed. If you go for this get, and if you give 2, then 2 is the key here, and the value will be high. So high has got printed. So now you might be asking me, what is the difference between this new dict1 and new dict get2? Here the difference is that if you give some illegal or say non-existent key here, so 10 is not there present. So if I go on execution, then I can find that key error is coming. So here if the key, the value, whatever we are giving here, the respective key is not existent here, we are getting one error, that is a key error. So key error 10. So that is the issue. But in this case, if I put one invalid key here, so here you can find that it is returning none. It is returning none. So that is the basic difference between these two respective statements. That is print new dict 1 and print new dict dot get. So if we give both the cases the valid key, in that case I'm getting this hello and hi as I explained. Updating value. So for the new dict 1, I'm putting hey here. So now you see, for this one, for this against this key, the value has got updated from hello to hey. So now we are having this adding values. So that is a new dict 4 is equal to namaste. Now here you can find that here this 4 is not existing here. So a new respective key value pair will be inserted in this dictionary. Now creating a new dictionary. So let me go for the execution. So print squares, the respective values are getting printed. So now remove a particular item. So we are going for squares dot pop 4. So as the key is given directly 4, so that means 4:16, this particular this key value pair will be deleted, and that's why it is returning the value at first, so 16, and you can find that 4:16, that key value pair is missing now. Remove an arbitrary item, you can go for this pop item. So in this case of pop item, one arbitrary item will be deleted. So here you can find that 5:25, it has got deleted, so the respective key value pair is now not existing. Delete a particular item, you can go for this del and then squares 1. So this particular key value pair will be deleted. So we are remaining with this 2:4 and 3:9 here. Here we have defined one new dictionary. There is a squares, so squares have got printed. Now we are going for this squares dot clear. So it removes all the key value pairs. So remove all the items, and now if we print the square, it is printing the empty dictionary. So delete the dictionary itself. In that case, we will be going for del squares. But after that, if I want to print squares, as the squares have got deleted, so it will produce one error, that is the name error. So that is the name error. So name squares is not defined because we have used this del here. So the full declaration of the dictionary itself will get deleted. Next one, creating a new dictionary using comprehension. So we can find that x in range 6, that means x will be ranging from 0 to 5 because 6 will be exclusive. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are the 6 values for x. So we are creating a dictionary that is x colon, x will be the key and the value will be x star x. So now in this case, if I print the squares, I'm getting this 0, 0 square, and then 1, 1 square, and then 2 is the key and the value will be 2 square, 3 is the key, the value will be 3 square, in this way up to 5:25. So we are getting this. So dictionary membership test. So how to do the membership test here. So here in this case, we discuss only the dictionary using comprehension. Now it is here you will be going for the testing of the membership. So one dictionary has got defined. So name of the dictionary is squares. So now 1 in squares. So 1, this key is present. So 1 in squares will be giving us true because we are testing the membership of this one as a key in this dictionary. 2 not in square. You see the 2 is not there. So 2 not in square will produce the outcome true here. But print 49 in square. So 49 as a key is not present here. So that's why it is returning the value. It is returning the boolean value, that is a false. So here whatever you are passing, whatever you are mentioning value here, they are the key. They are the key. We are not considering this 49 which is present as a value. As a key, 49 is absent. So print 49 in squares, it is returning the value false. Now we are going for this iterating through a dictionary. So squares 1:1, 3:9, 5:25, we have defined this one. So for I in squares, so print squares I. So you can go for the execution, you can find that we are printing this 1, 9, 25, 49. So they are all the values. So here this I has been treated as a key. So respective value has been popped out and has been retrieved and they have got printed in this iteration. So we are defining another, there is a square is one dictionary here, we're going for the len. So these are the inbuilt functions in a dictionary. So len will print the length of the dictionary, that means the number of key value pairs. So here we are printing this one as 5 because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 key value pairs are there. Print shorted squares, so you can find that the respective key values, they have become shorted. They have become shorted here. So in this way we are having some inbuilt methods are there, inbuilt functions are there, or built-in functions are there in our dictionary that can be applied on the dictionary objects. So in this discussion we have a detailed discussion that how to create a dictionary and what are the different permitted and not permitted operations that we can carry out on a dictionary. I think now the conception is getting clear to you. Thanks for watching this video.
Python different modules. So let us discuss on it. A Python module is simply a Python source file which can expose classes, functions and global variables. And when imported from another Python source file, the file name is treated as a namespace. So a Python package is simply a directory of Python modules. So many modules are defined, so many libraries are defined in Python. So that's why this Python is so powerful. That means they are nothing but, these modules are nothing but pre-written Python source codes. We can import them in our current module as when required to use those functions, classes as when required, so that I need not to rewrite the code once again. So this module importing is actually enhancing the property known as reusability of the programming code. As example, we can go for say import numpy. Also we can use some alias, that is import numpy as np. So next time whenever we are supposed to access any component from this numpy, so you can go for this numpy dot or you can go for this np dot. In this way we can also access it. So let us go for one practical demonstration for the easier understanding of this how to import the different modules in our Python coding.
We can import our module according to our requirement, and also at the same time we can rename it. That means we can create the alias of the imported module. So here import math module as m. So next time if I want to use this math name as a module name, here instead of that we'll be using m dot. So print the value of pi is m dot pi. Because we have done the renaming of it, we have done the alias of this math as m. So m dot pi will print the respective pi value. Now use of from math import pi. So that is another way to import this pi here. So from math import pi. So in this case there is no need to write math dot pi. Here you can use directly this pi here in our respective print statement. So if I execute the code, we are getting the output like this one. Next one is import all names from the standard module math. In that case we can go for from math import star. So all the names from the standard module math will get imported, and later you can use this pi for the printing, that is the value of pi is pi here. So in this way, in this particular demonstration we have shown you that how to import modules and how to use from and how to use this renaming operation while importing our modules. Thanks for watching this video.
Python global keyword. So you know that we are having multiple keywords are available in Python, but in this video we are concentrating only on the global keyword. A Python program's global keyword allows us to modify the variable outside of the current scope. So we can change the variable value outside of the current scope, and it is used to create a global variable and make changes to the variable in the local context also. So how to use the global keyword? When we create a variable inside a function, its local is by default. The scope is local by default. When we define a variable outside of the function, it's global by default. You don't have to use the global keyword in that case. So we use the global keyword to read and write a global variable inside a function. Use of global keyword outside of the function has got no effect. So whenever we are defining one variable outside of the function, by default it is having the global scope. Whenever we are defining one variable within the function, it is having the local scope. But whenever this is the third point is very interesting, we use the global keyword to read and write a global variable inside or from the function itself. So I think for the better idea, let us go for one practical demonstration to show you that how this global keyword can be playing a magic in our scope definition of a variable.
In this demonstration, we have defined one function, that is the function 1, where one variable has got defined and initialized with the value 20. Within this function, this variable x is having the value 20 here. We are having one nested function. Within function 1, the nested function is having the name function 2. Here we have defined one variable x and with the keyword global. So global x. Actually, the global keyword will be used to modify a global variable. Here the x value has got updated with the value 25 here. So this x is a global one. So here we have defined one variable which is of the scope global. So now before calling this function 2, we are printing the value of x. Are calling the function 2 now, and we have called the function 2, and then after calling function 2, the value of x is getting printed. So now let us see what is the outcome we are going to have. So here you see, here this x is having the value 20, calling function 2 now. After calling function 2, the value of x has still with the value 20. Because the changes we are not going to get here, we are expecting that the value might be changing, but no change is there. Always the x has got printed with the value 20 before and after calling the function 2, because this particular x is having the global scope. So if we want to print this particular x, then after calling this function 1, we can directly print this x, because this particular x is having the global scope. That means not within this function 2 or function 1, it is outside of that. So whenever you are trying to print the value of x from the outside of this function 1, then we are getting this value as 25. I think you are getting this idea. This particular global x is actually, we are defining one variable x which is having the global scope. That means we are going to define a global variable, and that global variable is getting updated or getting initialized with the value 25 here. So this x and this x, they are actually corresponding to this x. So this x is still with the value 20. So that's why we have got the output as 20, and in the global x, the value of x has become 25 here. I think you have got the idea what is the purpose of this global keyword usage in this line, to define one global variable and to modify with the help of the global keyword. Thanks for watching this video.
In this session, we are discussing Python list comprehension. We shall give you a demonstration to discuss on this very topic and also to share a clear idea on this Python list comprehension. So here is the demonstration.
In this session, we are discussing list with comprehensions. So we are discussing multiple different examples to clear your doubts and conception. So iterating a string through a for loop and adding the letters to a list. So initially we are defining one empty list for letter in human. So human is nothing but one string. So for each and every iteration, it will pick up one character from this human string, and that will be assigned to this letter, and that letter will get appended with this empty list. So this h underscore letters dot append letter, so it will go on appending the characters picked up from this string human. So let us go for the outcome. So this is our respective output. So here we are having this HUMAN. So that means this particular for loop has executed for 5 times, and each and every time it is just going on adding our respective characters picked up from this list. So I can also put this print within the for loop itself. So it will print the output something like this. You can find that at first h has got included, then hu has got included, then m has got included, then a has got included, and last n has got included. So in this way we are getting this outcome. We are getting this one in stepwise, that how this h letters has got populated ultimately. So there is a final outcome. So now we are using the comprehension. So letter for letter in human. So you see letter in human, again this particular letter will be picking up HUMAN, the separate characters one at a time, and that letter will be constitute this very list, that is h underscore letter. So let us go for the execution. You can find the same output is coming when you are printing this h underscore letters list. So list comprehension versus lambda function. So you know that lambda function is known as anonymous function. The function will not have any name. So what we are writing here is that x will be picking up the characters from this particular string human, and this x will be mapped to form this list item. So now you can go for the execution. You can find that this h letters is nothing but constructing one list. So here we are doing the typecasting using the method list here, which will map this particular lambda function, and this lambda function will be getting this x, and where this x will be picking up characters from the string human, and as a result of that, when we are doing this typecasting list, this h underscore letters, this list variable, this list object will get populated with this characters, that is HUMAN accordingly. So now we are going for if with the list comprehension. So now what we are doing, so number list is equal to x. So x will be the member of this number list for x in range 20. You know that range 20 means the x will be ranging from 0 to 19, because 20 will be the terminating range. So that is exclusive. So x will be ranging from 0 to 19, but only those x will be considered if x %2 is equal to 0. That means all the even numbers in between 0 to 19 will be considered here. So print number list. So you can find that print number list, it will print the respective number list here. So if you go on printing, so I'm getting here 0 to 4 up to 18. So that is the way in which the list has got populated. There is a list comprehension. So nested if with the list comprehension. So what we are doing, so y will be the elements for this num list for y in the range 100. That means that y will be ranging from 0 to 99, and those y will be considered which is divisible by 2 and also divisible by 5 at the same time. Because y %2 is equal to 0, so the remainder of the division will be 0, means y will be divisible by 2. Similarly, y will be divisible by 5. That means y should be divisible by 10 here. So now if you go on executing this code, we are getting the output, that is 0, 10, 20, 30 up to 90 here, because 100 is a range maximum limit. So that means the y will be ranging from 0 to 99, but those y will be coming into the consideration to form the num list members, num list elements, which will satisfy both the conditions, that is y %2 is equal to 0 and also y %5 is equal to 0 here. So now we are going for the if else with the list comprehension. So what we are doing, so object is equal to even if I %2 is equal to 0, else odd. So either even string or odd string will be the member of this object list, and where the I will be in the range 10. That means I will be ranging from 0 to 9. So for 0, I %2 is equal to 0 will be true, so even will be coming. But for 1, I %2 is equal to 0 will be false, so else odd. So odd will be coming as a member of this, as an element of this list. So in this way you are getting this even odd alternatively for I ranging from 0 to 9 here. So now let us go for another very interesting example, that is a transpose of a matrix using the list comprehension. So how to do that one? So matrix, we are having this one, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7 8. So here we are having the matrix which is having we can consider it as a two-dimensional array, and it is having 4 rows and 2 columns accordingly. So now if I do the transpose of it, we'll be having 2 rows and 4 columns accordingly. So how we are doing so? So I in range 2 means I will have the value 0 and 1. I will be having the value 0 and 1 only. So row I, so for first time, so I will be having the value 0. So row 0 will be populated with the value, that is a row in matrix. That is a row in matrix. So what will happen? This row 0 will get filled up with the row in matrix. So that means this is a matrix we are having. Here we are having this row I, and I is ranging from 0 to 1. So initially for the first iteration I will have the value 0. So this 1, 3, 5 and 7, there is a 0th element of each and every row will be taken into consideration, and that will constitute the first row of this transpose. And when the value of I will be 1, then row 1, that means it will picking up the that is a second element from each and every row there. So that means 2, 4, 6 and 8 will be retrieved from this matrix, and that will be the second row content of this transpose. So whenever we are printing this transpose, I'm getting the 0th element of each list elements, that is 1, 3, 5, 7 will be coming in the first row, and in the second row, that means the row index number 1, because the first row is having the index value 0 there, so it will be picking up the second elements of all these lists. So 2, 4, 6 and 8 will be picked up, and that will be forming the second row of this transpose two-dimensional array. So in this way, we have shown you that how the list comprehensions can be done in multiple different ways, and we have given some examples to clear your concept. Thanks for watching this video.